I'm Ron Partlow, co-owner of West Coast Iron. We've been open for just over 4 years, going strong, other than being shut down. The decisions around gyms have been made by people who have no awareness of the consequences of how they disturb other people's lives. I have members in here who come up and confess some of their darkest times to me as a gym owner. They thank us for having a gym where they feel so at home. They thank us for the atmosphere. They thank us for the community. They tell us why they're here. And it's not always to get stronger or more fit. Sometimes that's something they're doing because they know that it's the only positive outlet they can put their energy into to keep them away from their addiction or their mental health issue or whatever it is in their life that's really haunting them. I have a member who tells me every time he comes in how many days he's been sober. And now I'm supposed to close and wonder how he's doing for the last week over the Christmas holidays. You know, he was on day 105 last time I talked to him. Like, these questions rattle around in my head while I'm watching this room sit empty. And I wonder, the government has absolutely no idea that these side effects of their decisions are affecting thousands and thousands of people's lives at the worst possible time of year. The pandemic has just caused the government to increasingly shift more cost and burden to the business owners in the gym industry. They started telling us, we had to clean excessively, so we're spending thousands of dollars on, cleaner and paper towel a month, and then they tell us to operate under restricted capacity, so all of a sudden we're limiting the number of people, and then the vaccine passport, so now we have to turn away members. There was a stage where they were closing gyms because they had outbreaks. So if you had, I believe it was 2 or 3 cases of people training in your gym within the same 10-day period or something like that, they were declaring an outbreak and closing your business. And we went through that whole period without a single letter, single phone call, single email, nothing. We've proven ourselves to be safe. We have an almost 2-year track record of not being a problem. And all of a sudden they turn and do this. And it makes us feel betrayed. It makes us feel picked on, scapegoated. With no outbreaks here, I don't know what else I can say. What's less than zero? I guess according to them, there is something better than zero, and we're not achieving it. And I don't know how to make these people happy. I mean, when you close a gym like this, we still have to pay our rent. We still have all our bills. And then they offer a grant for a small fraction of our costs, like 5–10% of the actual cost of keeping the gym open for a month. And it's insulting to us as business owners. And then to unemploy all of our staff right at Christmas. We have a bunch of full-time staff here and they offer them $300 a week. So it's insulting to the staff, every single person who works in every gym in BC, and it's insulting to the owners of these businesses. There's no informing the gyms, there's no email, there's no phone call. We literally just watch the news with everyone else and realize that they're closing gyms. And this is what boggles my mind. We promise if you do this, we can have our gyms. Okay, we promise if you do this one more thing, you can have our gyms. Okay, you all have to get vaccinated, and now you can train at the gym, but you have to be vaccinated. Oh, wait, we're gonna close the gyms now, even if you're vaccinated. And then they're changing things without showing us real data. And that's the #1 problem that we have. If they had some data that showed that our gym was actually a problem, that would be a different story. But they can't present any of this. People who go to a gym, if you look at the stats, people who have a gym membership are hundreds of times less likely to wind up in the hospital. I've always believed that the government's main role is to protect all of our rights. And that's what I want my government to do, is make sure that we're all protected equally and all of our rights are protected. But in this situation, that's the exact opposite of what's happening. So I get really upset when I know that my government is failing at the #1 thing I expect them to do. I just wish that they would take what I believe their actual role is, which is to inform us of real risk, inform us of real statistics and data so that we can make our own decisions. Things that you can do to help is we need to overload the government with freedom of information requests. All of the data that they're supposed to have, all of the information regarding the gym closure is available to the public, but you have to make a freedom of information request, an FOI. So if you go on the BC government website and you go to an FOI request page and you ask for the health minister and you say that you want all the emails, the data, the communications, the internal memos regarding the gym closures, they're required by law to provide that to you within 30 days. And we want them to get immensely overloaded with tens of thousands of requests because we want them to know how many people are upset about this. And we know that they have no real data to support this. It's all based on what they think has happened in other provinces and other places. They have no real data from here. So if we request it and they can't provide it, that puts them in a position where maybe they'll start to worry about, litigation or liability or things down the road, class action lawsuits. These sorts of things can come from them not actually being able to provide any data. Another thing is you can send the same type of request to your health region. So if you're in Fraser Health, you can contact Fraser Health and ask them for the same information, Coastal Health, whatever region you're in, and overload your health department in your region with information requests for this data. This is one of the most important things you can do. They can't keep us closed forever. They can't close every business. We have to be able to assess risk for ourselves. I trust my own judgment in making those calls. And I just wish that I had a government that understood that.